Hi, I'm Michelle with Carilion EAP, and I wanted to tell you a little bit about the services that we provide. Through us, every employee and family member has access to up to 3 free counseling sessions per problem per year. Right now, we are providing those sessions over video and telephone so that we can do it as we follow the social distancing protocol that we've been asked to do. We also provide support to work teams in the form of trainings and bringing information to employees in videos like these. So today I want to talk a little bit about the impact of the media and how it affects us emotionally and physiologically. Right now we are being bombarded with information 24 hours a day, 7 days a week from across the world, and it's mostly about people who are in crisis or kind of experiencing disaster. And the impact that has on us is pretty great because we weren't designed to be able to handle the crisis and the disaster that everyone in the entire world is experiencing. Like physiologically, we have some capacity for resilience and for dealing with crisis, but really it's the amount of crisis that we might experience in our own life and the life of our close loved ones. When we are exposed to the deaths and the disasters and the crises and the fear that's going on over the entire world, we're either going to get shut down because it's too much for us to handle emotionally, or we're going to get overwhelmed because we're aware of so much tragedy that we can't do anything about. So there's a lot of wisdom in time like these in being very strategic about how much you expose yourself to the news. If you think about our ancestors, we are biologically created to handle stresses that are like physical threats, which is why we have our fight or flight response. But today our stress is coming from 100 emails in our inbox, or our kids in the next room because they can't go to school and I'm trying to work in this room, or the phone going off the hook, or the news from Italy that just overwhelms us and devastates us and makes us think, oh my gosh, what if that could happen here or to me? So these stresses today are things that we can't deal with by running or fighting, and yet our body is still having that stress response. So the adrenaline and the cortisol are coursing through our bodies, and it's taking a toll on our health, which actually suppresses our immune system and makes us more vulnerable to certain diseases. So really the goal is to manage your exposure to media, social media, the news, and really keep a pulse on how you're doing emotionally and how much you can handle. So a strategy could be just maybe checking the news 1 time a day. Maybe focusing on your local news so you're aware of what's happening in your immediate sphere, but not seeking out knowing what's happening all over the world. Because again, if we can't control it, we can't do anything about it. One of the strategies of managing anxiety is sorting out what you can control and what you can't control, and only focusing on what you can control, because then the energy that's produced by the cortisol and the adrenaline, the anxiety, you can actually harness and to do something about what you can control, such as coming up with a plan for your family, or feeding yourself nutritious foods that boost your immune system in times like this. Those are things, if you're anxious, you can put your energy into doing something about it. But the things you can't control, the anxiety around those things just courses through your body and takes a toll on you. So I just want to encourage you today to really keep tabs on how you're doing emotionally and where your stress levels are. And if you feel like they're getting too high, to really limit your exposure to the media and try to bring yourself into the present moment and into dealing with your reality and what you're experiencing in the moment. I'm going to talk in another video about mindfulness, which is a tool that can also be really useful in times like these.